got some awards to give.
I think it should come as no surprise as to who the Sculptor Award winners are this year. We received so many compliments on both of these winners, and we'll start with Michael St. Mary receiving the 2018 Sculpture Award. Congratulations, Michael. All right, nice job. Now tell us about Michael St. Mary. I mean, obviously a master in the work that he does, and uses a number of different shapes and colors, but the thing that a number of us have looked at, and I know Michael received an award earlier in the show for Best Sculptor, the thing that we found interesting about the work was it wasn't just shapes and it wasn't just styles, it also had an awful lot to do with light.
Yeah, Michael is a master sculptor, and he loves to work with wood and stone and cement and take something that is in its raw form, not necessarily beautiful, and make it beautiful. He's a mathematician, he loves curves, he loves geometry, and he spends a great deal of time focusing and creating these pieces, which can take up to 700-800 man-hours for one piece. They're kind of timeless, they're super elegant sculpture, it's world-class sculpture, and everybody seems to enjoy it.
Well, this has been a good show for you. We've had a lot of comments on. You've won 2 awards. You brought 2 artists to the show. You've won 2 awards. You've gotten an awful lot of feedback on the work, and I just want to congratulate you on your show.
Thank you, Rick. Thank you. It's been a pleasure. It's been a good experience.
One feature of the work is that the reason they all have that similar look, whether it's stone or wood, is that they all have fundamentally a combination of structural organization and curvilinear movement. And that structural organization is quite often geometry based, which gives it a solid structure onto which the curves are based. So there's a sense of stability along with a sense of freedom of movement and liberty. Quite often I'm holding in my hand a piece of modeling wax or clay and just working it and investigating possible shapes, but quite often doing something else at the same time. So it's not so much a mental process as it is allowing my hands to just play with it and see, based on feel, to develop some forms. And after a few moments I can look and see what's happening down there and notice that something is developing, and then I'll become a little more mental about it and start to say, well, if this curve continued this way, I wonder what would happen. And then I begin to play with it. So I have something that can begin to develop. But initially, it's not typically an external idea that spawns the sketch or the model.
You find it as you go.
I find it as I go, very much so, yeah. And it's something, finding it as you go is a method that a lot of artists use when they're painting or doing sculpture, but they're actually finding it as they go throughout the whole process. Personally, I need to have a model in hand and have a model I can constantly refer to in order to execute the piece. So I do the finding it as I go in model form first. One feature of the expo here, apart from making good business contacts and good exposure, which I think everyone here is experiencing, is the sense of community that all the artists have. I've had great conversations with other artists, and we've exchanged ideas and appreciated each other's work, which is very supportive for the collective.